All right, good evening, good evening. We got day 14, and we have another Spider Man story. Mega Meltdown. New York City is in the middle of a hot summer, so why is it getting so cold? When Spider Man swings in to find out, he comes against a cosmic villain. Mega Meltdown. New York City was in the middle of a heat wave, but Spider-Man hadn't broken a sweat as he stopped two bank robbers. Despite the heat, Spider-Man noticed that the criminals were shivering. If we're going to be stuck here, how about some more webbing, huh? One of them asked. Why were those guys acting like it's cold out? Thought Spider-Man. It's been a scorcher for weeks. As he swung closer to Times Square, Spidey's spider sense began to tingle. The wind whipped up around him as the temperature steadily dropped. Just then, Spider-Man came across the source of the strange weather. A gigantic portal had opened up in the sky, sending flurries of snow down on the city. Loki, the trickster god of Asgard, was standing on top of a skyscraper clutching a cosmic cube. Ah, the spider. I invite you to witness the start of my glorious reign. With Earth destroyed, those pesky Avengers will finally be out of my way, Loki said proudly. Yeah, right. What are a few snowflakes going to do? Said Spider-Man. Just wait until you meet my friends, replied Loki, cackling. The ground began to crumble as Loki lifted up the cosmic cube. Suddenly, a horde of frost giants leaped from the portal, crushing parked cars as they lumbered through the streets. Frightened tourists ran for cover as sparks from collapsing billboards rained down upon the chaotic scene. Meet the frost giants of Jotunheim, said Loki. Now that I have the cosmic cube, they are under my control. Spider-Man knew there was only one thing to do. Thwip! Spidey shot his web through the air. He sailed over Times Square, straight toward one of the giants. Hey, Snowball, over here! Shouted Spider-Man. As he got closer, the giant swung his massive club toward the web slinger. Whoa, do I look like a bug that needs swatting? Well, I can't blame you, I guess, joked Spidey. The mindless giants paid him no attention. They were only concerned with destroying the city. I don't have enough webbing left to tie up Frosty and friends, thought Spidey. But this should slow them down. Spider-Man fired a web across two buildings. He hoped this barrier would stop the frost giants' march through the streets. It looked like the frost giants were finally going to be stopped when boom! Spider-Man was shocked to witness the frost giants step on his web barrier, causing two billboards to crash to the ground. Just then, Spider-Man spotted an Avengers Quinjet flying overhead. It's about time, said Spidey. He knew that with friends like the Avengers, Loki and his Snowbuddies didn't stand a chance. Spider-Man approached the jet as it landed on a nearby rooftop. As the cargo ramp lowered, Spider-Man saw only one hero. One very small hero. So what's the situation here? Said in a tiny voice. Ant-Man. Ant-Man, said Spider-Man. Where are the other Avengers? They're busy with Thanos, said Ant-Man. That guy never takes a day off. Nick Fury called and said there was some trouble in the city. I'm here to back you up, pal. No offense, but I was expecting some bigger guns. How are two bugs going to stop three giants? Said Spider-Man. Well, it looks like these two bugs are all New York has today, replied Ant-Man, grinning. Spider-Man knew Ant-Man was right. Two heads were definitely better than one. So Ant-Man grabbed onto Spidey's suit and the bug duo swung back towards the wintry chaos. Look out! Ant-Man exclaimed as one of the frost giants threw a car at the approaching superheroes. Way ahead of you, Spider-Man responded as he swiftly dodged the vehicle. But this heavy snowfall isn't making anything easier. Any ideas? Well, if they want to head to Central Park, I can send in some ants to ruin their picnic, said Ant-Man sarcastically. It's not warm enough for a picnic. But wait, that gives me an idea. How much do you know about electricity? Said Spider-Man. More than you, kid, Ant-Man replied. I think I know where you're going with this. Evading attacks from Loki's frost giant, Spidey swung toward Times Tower, the brightest building in the city. As Spider-Man approached the tower, Ant-Man was able to jump before a frost giant grabbed Spider-Man's webbing. The giant pulled the webs, yanking, oomph! Spider-Man exclaimed as he crashed onto the hard cement. Ant-Man knew Spider-Man couldn't hold back the giants for long. He squeezed inside the bright billboard. Once inside, the small hero was able to hack into the main power grid. Hey, big bullies. How about we turn up the heat? Shouted Ant-Man. Suddenly, Times Square lit up. The lights became brighter and brighter until the glare from all the billboards was blinding. Hit with 161 megawatts of power, the frost giants quickly began to shrink until they vanished. Your frost giants should have brought up some sunscreen, Loki, joked Spidey. The spider. You did this? Roared Loki. Spider-Man quickly shot a web straight towards Loki. I had some help. Not bad for 2 bugs, huh? With Loki tied up by webbing, Spider-Man grabbed the cosmic cube and opened up a portal to send the villain back to Jotunheim. I'll be back, Spider-Man, cried Loki as he disappeared into the portal. Man, we deserve a break after saving the world from Loki, said Ant-Man. You're right, but we need to restore power too, replied Spider-Man. Yeah, but first, Spider, said Ant-Man, mocking Loki's voice. My ants and I are going to challenge thee to a snowball fight. You're on. And that's the end of this tale. Have a good night, guys.